All right, then. Let's just honestly go into this, because I'm taking this, I'm recording this again for like this, I don't know how many times, like maybe the ninth, or at least the beginning part. I'm not sure about the other parts. Just, just the beginning parts. The year is finally over. Actually, shouldn't do that cold open. Oh, fuck it. Hey, everybody. We're on here to do my yearly year-end video. I'm honestly glad I kept up with at least one semi-regular thing. Remember when I used to do monthly stuff? Oh, God, kill me. I'm terrible at scheduling. I really am, and I'm not sure why. I work best when my deadlines are lax, but they are so close they're about to hit me in the face. To preface that, I'm recording this on December 31st at 8:26 p.m. for me. I just can't. I'm terrible with scheduling and such. It should be proof for everyone who knows me. But enough of that. Let's just get into it, alright? I'm sorry if you hear, like, popping or stuff in the background. I can control that. I like to play a game at this time of the year when it's December 31st. We're like, is that fireworks or is that gunshots? Because I'm in Texas and I can never fucking tell the difference. But enough about me trying to stall this out and just make more work for me later on editing. Let's get into the actual review of what happened this year. Because quite a bit did. Thankfully, not as much as my own personal life. A couple of stand-up moments, yeah, but nothing that was so wrenching like last year. So to start out, the first bit of the year, I believe, according to my notes, was .hack.gu last recode 62, preparing for the confrontation. The 65th episode was actually the final one for Volume 2, but just, that was when we're getting ready to fight fucking Triad in that game, and oh man, I felt so happy. Actually, with the Triad, I don't remember, actually, it's been a long time. I just remember having a lot of fun with GU. It was one of those games that I remember playing so much when I was little. I think I told the story several times about how I got the first one, Volume 1. I thought, oh, it's just like maybe Volume 1 is like one story, another Volume 2 is another story, something else. But I didn't expect it to be like a 3-part game or a trilogy like that, all telling one story. I'd never seen a game that did that. So imagine my surprise, just like get Volume 1, like, I need Volume 2. Where's Volume 2? Go get Volume 2. It's like, where the fuck is Volume 3? Those fuckers made it 3 parts. And just to hear, oh, hey, it's going to be released sometime soon, eventually, it ruined me. But the month of January was honestly just a pretty fun thing. After that, we went into World of Final Fantasy, and I believe, we didn't actually, yeah, I think we did. We beat World of Final Fantasy in January? But holy shit, that fake ending, it got me, like, a little bit. I thought, oh, wow, I just thinking I got the bad end. But no, it's a fucking fake out. You're gonna do something else, you're gonna press continue, and you're gonna get the actual truest ending. And then everyone dances. I never understood why, but it was fun. I remember actually on the same day that I released my World of Fantasy, or maybe actually according to my uploads, maybe, I released the World of Fantasy, and I also released the .hack.gu, like, it was episode 111 or 112 of just like, the story is finally done. And I was so excited because it was one of the first times that I said, you know what? We get to do 2 votes back to back on what to play on the channel. And you fuckers. Oh, you fuckers. You voted for me to do XCOM Enemy Within. I still have kind of mixed feelings about the game as a whole. I remember just me thinking, I'm gonna die. And I honestly didn't that much. Like in the beginning, I had some, like, not much trouble. I got stressed out for a lot of things, but I don't remember, like, I don't think we actually really did a reset because, oh, man down. It was more of everyone gets scared, oh, nothing happened. Everyone gets scared, nothing happened. But then, you remember it. Someone turned the corner, crit kill. Oh, fuck me. That was our first death, I believe. I don't think I rolled that one back either. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I remember also that, but just at the end. The fucking end. I hold the ending of any game in very high regard, and that ending was just... it tested my patience in a lot of ways, and I honestly did not have fun with it toward the end. I'm still honestly debating if I should put XCOM 2 on it, because it was gifted to me, I believe, and just... I'd feel bad if I didn't give it another shot in the hopes that XCOM 2 fixed what XCOM 1 did wrong in my eyes. I still had a lot of fun with it, so I think I should. Who knows, but I think I should. But if not XCOM, we also did something else in the month of January. It was Demon Souls. My first ever Souls game from Software, and it was one of the biggest highlights of my gaming lifetime, really. The biggest thing for me on the PS3, especially at the time, because I just thought... I remember walking in the game store and just going, oh, hey, what's that? And they're like, oh, this is a new game from Software. Do you want it? You might want it. Here you go. You want it. The guys knew how to sell me on a game, and they just sort of took advantage of that, but... I'm kind of glad they did because that game had a world of fun for me to unlock because I never played a game like it and just the level of consequence and not monotony, but just precision and fairness in the game that it had is just awesome. I say fairness now, but at the time, I'm pretty sure I was fucking salty at so much. I still remember that the first time you fight False King Alon, I just thought, no, he's gonna be fucking scary. I fought him once, and he kicked my ass. That I said, my first playthrough, I said, fuck it, nope. Stealth ring, veil of fog, walk up to the top of the steps. Or no, not that. You go to like the front left corner of the stairway. So you just, if you wait long enough, you will walk towards the stair, then turn around. Ring of shadows or like ring of fog, so you're hard to see the phantom, specifically phantom. Fog veil, walk up, and poison cloud. The boss will get poisoned. You need to do that thing 2 or 3 times, then he'll just fall over dead. I cheesed it. Second time around, no, I manned up and I fucking fought him, and it was great. And on stream, I'm glad I actually did that too, if I remember correctly. I don't know. So I do know Demon Souls was a very short game. It only lasted like maybe a handful of streams because a Souls game inherently, especially one of the early ones with a hub area, is just not much to go on. I loved every moment of Return to the Nexus, but I gotta admit, I had some salty moments on it, but just I had fun in general. And that's what I want to take from that. Speaking about fun, next on that list was also fucking Valda's story, my entrance into Metroidvanias. And, man, I wanted to like that game. It was gifted to me. It was one of Yarchiku's, like, he said it's a great game for Metroidvania. I'm like, you know what, let's give it a shot. And looking back on it now after briefly looking at some of my videos, I can see that I played it incorrectly and I did not really have the mindset proper of a Metroidvania. Granted, I still don't really have that right now either, but after playing some more of like other ones like Shantae, I'm gonna get to that later, I can see where I should have changed stuff and maybe adapted instead of like sort of playing how I wanted and hoping the game would be accustomed to that and let me go through that avenue. I was not used to games not letting me brute force a lot of things and sort of like shenanigan my way through it. So that I will take a bit of a fault on me because honestly, I should have enjoyed that game more, but I let the saltiness get to me, and in the end, I ended up hating it. I might actually play one of the other characters on my off time and just see what else there is to do there, because for all I know, it might actually be fun. And then, after all the story finished, a little bit later on February, the first episode of March, or first video of March, I believe, Recetair. I forgot I beat the game, honestly, previously, and I unlocked the mage dudes. I forgot. I have fucking terrible memory. But still, it was just such a great game to play because it brought back a lot of memories and it brought back some of the jokes. It was just like, actually, the jokes were fucking different. Because this time around, the old men were the ones that were stumping us with money and the little girls had just wealth. I don't know why, but they just like, come in, I'm going to upcharge you a little bit. Yeah. And just, they had money. I don't know why they had money. And I know that one didn't last long, partly because I was somewhat planning for this next game to come up and just, I wanted to give it a shot. My first, technically, Monster Hunter game was Monster Hunter World. I love that game. Down as I am right now, I fucking love that game. I played on the PS4 originally. I struggle busted through it, and I honestly regret a lot of things that I did there initially, but having bought it again on PC now and have over 100 hours into it, I can safely say I love the game. By the way, if any of you actually have the game on PC, I don't mind hunting, but even if it's still kicking my ass at the moment, so hey, who knows? And then, actually, yeah, a little bit after Monster Hunter World, we actually did finish XCOM. It was on part 44, I believe. Here where I'll put the video stuff, so, man, not gonna be long anyways, because a little bit after that, the next stream that was taking place on that time slot, I don't remember if it was a Wednesday or Friday, but the next game for that time slot was Okami HD, and that was a beautiful game. It was such a great game, and having actually played it's gonna sound strange, but a Legend of Zelda game, I think it was JKO or someone else that mentioned it, that like, oh, you're playing a Zelda clone. At least you're playing a good one. And I can honestly see where he got that, and fully acknowledge that it is a fucking great game, and I should honestly have disagreed when saying it was a Zelda clone, because, well, my first Zelda was Twilight Princess. It did not have as much magic and mystery and fun as Okami HD did. I loved that game so much. I think it was in April as well, that like, yeah, April, like in the beginning of April, that we actually did the last hunt for Monster Hunter World. It wasn't as long of a playthrough as I wanted, because I was sort of rushing the story to try and get it done, because toward the end, Nergigante was just getting to me, and Xeno'jiiva was, he was not a good person to fight. But after that, one of my most regretful things to happen in this year was Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. We started that game, and we didn't get to finish it, unfortunately. It stopped somewhere around, in May. In sometime in May, I did episode, part 66. Just like, oh, here's the XP Pinata. It was fucking I remember laughing so much at that. We found a way to make XP Pinata and just have fun with it. And then my hard drive died, and I was emulating it because I only had the cartridge and no way to actually record a fucking Game Boy. So I lost that progress. I hate that because I was having so much fun with it. It was going to be my first legit-ish Final Fantasy game. And I'm trying to not get from that. Funny enough, I know on my notes I marked it right here. April 7th. Disgaea 4 Revisited episode 25 comes out. That is still being a thing done. I have videos on it that are actually supposed to come out today or tomorrow that actually finish the series. I no time at all. I'm an idiot. Just that. And a little bit after that, I remember making a video about I almost turned it on. Yeah, that, and then I made the update video of me moving out. That's when I finally, things happened in my house, and that's the only real, big, or actually two, but big moment that happened in my life that I put on the channel was just me moving out. After me and my friends had moved to Texas, and we had a fucking great time in that one house that we were renting and struggling to get through toward the end because of financial stuff. Everyone went their separate ways. I will flat out say I did not expect to be living with Dark out of all people. I thought maybe Arrow was going to tag along, but he made a promise with Kaz and hanging out with them and going with his girlfriend, so he called dibs and he got Arrow and the responsible one, and I got Dark, which honestly my opinion of him in the beginning was not the best. But after living with him more like this, I honestly am glad that he was the friend I chose to go on with, because not only did I not have a choice in the matter, just it made me put a new value on the tenacity that guy has. He's a fucking trooper. And then after that, after that was when the XP Pinata and Final Fantasy Advance thing happened. But also, just after that, the Okami HD finale sort of happened. It was another moment where just two games ended right at each other, back to back-ish. So then came one of my favorite moments of the year. We started Final Fantasy Sacred Stones. My first ever, wait. Oh god, I'm an idiot. I put on my notes Final Fantasy Sacred Stones. No, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. I'm leaving that shit in. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. My first ever Fire Emblem game that I played so far back in middle school. And I wanted to do justice by Myr, my favorite of the dragon units, because my first ever playthrough, she died at the end holding a choke point. I'm just like, no, bad. Just, oh god, it was so good. I remember kiting the boss. No, actually, think about it. I kited the boss around because my dumbass did not know how to aggro it well and properly. So I used Myr to keep the flying units and the spider at bay on one side, and just she's gonna die. One turn before I could do anything about it. Just, It sucked. But right after that as well, we actually had a bit of a story time. I could not start the next game because the second big part of my entire episode of moving happened. I think it was toward the end of May or early June. We got Comcast, and oh boy, that was a shit service. The guy, they were saying oh, we gotta get a new line to Copper R because your Copper R in the house is shit. So they go to the sidewalk and start drilling into it. I'm like, the box is over there. They're like, no, we gotta go to that box on the other building. If you know how that works, that is fucking a stupid idea that should not be done. He's like, I can't drill through the concrete. I'm like, isn't that drill meant for doing it? Yes, I just can't. So I'm gonna go get my boss, and he never came back. And thus started a 3? It might have been 2 or 3 months episode of just we had a total of fucking 13 technicians come out to our place and just be like, nothing's wrong, everything's fine, you're just getting slow internet. With only one person trying to upsell us saying, your computer is old and you gotta buy a new computer. Or get better service that when cut in half is better for what you need. Not even fucking joking on that last one. He legit tried to say that the service that we have is not sold anymore, so you need to get a faster service. I'm like, dude, we have the one step down from fiber you guys offer. What the fuck do you mean? And he's like, you gotta get fiber then, you gotta get fiber. Just, he was one of the worst technicians, and I honestly hope to God my complaint actually did something, because it was a terrible experience. And I know it actually did a big part, because, oh God, it was just a terrible week, because I couldn't really stream much, or a terrible series of days, because I just couldn't stream much. But thankfully, in the middle of all of that, one very good game came in and was voted up. Thank you guys for this one. Nier Automata. I never really looked at the Nier series. I knew it was there and existed because Killock and some other people were always the ones to point out how funny it was. Like, the first Nier trailer, I believe, was just like this monologue of just like yelling into the void and just suddenly gameplay and such. And I just always laughed at it, but I never really thought about what that series is. Now that I play Automata, I am very curious if I'm even able to go back and play the older ones to see what made it such a good game, because I don't know if playing the future game spoiled the old ones, or at least the revelation and the feels that it could give. So the one thing I've been told adamantly, fucking adamantly, by people that I trust quite a bit, name checking CLZ here, do not fucking play Drakengard 3. I was very curious, so I looked into it, and it's like, that last boss, it's a rhythm game. Not even a rhythm game where you can't see the final fucking beat in it because it fades to black. Oh my God, I'm never gonna play that. You guys could donate to me $10,000 and I would not play that fucking game. 10,001, we talk about it, but that's my fucking limit. And then, I remember in July 3rd, it was like the beginning of July, we finished Disgaea 4 Promise Revisited's main story. And toward the end of the month, that's when we started the trial scenario, because I was just terrible with it. But somewhere in the middle of all of that, we finished Sacred Stones. And it was such a great moment. No character died, and it was going to, like, we were set up for failure there to the end, but like, no. Molder, the goddamn boulder, saved the day. Bless that man. And then afterwards, another first on the channel. I like to play first in series, so of course, I had to. We played my first ever Tales of game with Tales of Berseria. And that game was magnificent. Its artwork was great, its combat was interesting, and its story, well, tropey to all fucking hell. And I called a lot of those twists and turns. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and I'm actively thinking if I want to put another Tales of game on there. I just have to think about which one would be it. People have told me several of Tales of the games that I didn't know existed. Just like, this one, that one, this one. I'm just like, I don't know which ones you mean. Or if I could even get them to play them, but I am actively hoping that a new one comes out soon, so I have an excuse to put on the calendar and maybe do a forced vote on it saying, I am doing this. Then in August, I believe we did, August when we did the One Watcher. Like, one of the only things I did this year that was sort of like a promotional sort of thing where the dev gave me the key and I was to play it. It was a platforming game, so if you guys saw it, you got to see how shit I am at platforming. Not that you guys probably wouldn't have got that from all the other games that have platforming segments that just showed this guy can't measure jumps. Ever. Don't trust him with jumps. Then after, I think it was like on the August, early August, like no later than the 15th, I think. We did the last episode of Disgaea 4 Progress Revisited for the Paradox complete story. One of the only original things to be done for the PS or the Vita version of Disgaea 4. Like the main calling for it, what I wanted to do initially. And I'm so happy I did. It had a lot of great moments. They changed the voice actor for fucking Valva Torres, and then they sort of change it back at the end. Like you could very, very easily hear just they're gonna reuse the old dialogue right here, and it's gonna sound awkward as fuck, but they did. But it was fun. I love that I bought the new game almost entirely for that one segment, because to my eye, that was still kind of worth it. And also, just around this time as well, Nier Automata finally ended in episode 47. And that game was just magical. In a way, I wish I'd played on something other than hard mode, but I did not like how in normal mode, we were very well off, versus hard mode is we are very much getting one-shots. It was that big dilemma, just normal mode is feeling a bit easy, while hard mode is feeling laughably too hard. It was a very strange feeling, and I did not really want to make that jump and pause it out to grind to just make it give a cushion of some kind. Which led into, with that game done, it led me into the next one that I played that I honestly loved. I love it so much despite the faults that I have with it. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Having not played any Shantae at all, I've just like seen it and heard like maybe some tracks. I know I heard the Righty Tops theme at one point just without knowing it. And it was such a good tune, and having played the game where it came from, I love it. I have so many issues with it on some things, but in the end, I love the characters, I love the story, I love the humor, and I wanted to play more. So when it was done, until the Visceria was done, two things were started, and of course, oh fucking course, I had to go straight into La Pucelle Tactics and Shantae the Half-Genie Hero. It was just such a great thing to just sort of jump into it next and just love it so much. It had its own problems, so many more problems, but it was a great game nonetheless. La Pucelle Tactics was one of the games that was actually requested for so long in the channel's history. That and what's called Sonum and the World Eaters, by the way, actually have the game now, so I can play whenever the fuck we want. Just gotta vote it for it on the Discord channel. Plugging it, just because people need to talk to me sometimes there. I get lonely. But still, it was just something that was requested every now and then, and I'm happy to finally get it and see what it was all about. Turning squares into circles. And it was in La Pucelle Tactics that one of the bigger moments of my entire channel happened. Unlike last year, when I was about to be homeless and someone helped me out so much, this year in La Pucelle Tactics, episode 8, it was uncalled for, but it just happened. A couple of people turned into just absolute monsters, and they donated. Hatch and Slay and Frog Knight, both of you are some of the best people I have had on my channel. I am sounding incredibly biased right now, but still, at the time and at right now, both of you have helped me dodge so many things that would have happened, and I would have never even known it. Being at the end of the year now, I can safely tell you guys that what you guys donated, it honestly made sure that I didn't have to panic and stress like I did last year when things turned rough. It's such a comforting feeling to know that I had a safety net, and I feel all the more indebted to you both because you guys are what unintentionally gave me that safety net and let me fumble my way through what should have been like a gut punch and a killer. Not Killer Rock, but the actual killer. I remember after that, Shantae ended. Like, I didn't even finish, I finished the main story, but I started doing the other scenarios that were honestly pretty fun, but just one of them for the, I think it was the Friends campaign or whatever, it broke me. That ending part was just, I could not do it. Combine my inability to platform with a segment of only platforming to reach the end and just skill check platforming as well, it got me. It ruined me in my soul. Oh, man. But thankfully, after that, we got into a pretty good game, to be entirely honest. Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dust, Episode 1 came out in, October 5 or 4? I don't remember, actually, but it was a great game. It was NIS takes on a dungeon crawler, their first one as far as I'm aware, and it was fun. So much fun. The character creator was far beyond anything I was ever expecting, and while you guys kept on trying to ruin my day with moon stance double sharp bullshit, but in the end, I loved that game. Even with, the issues I had toward the end of how the bosses turned into just gimmick wiping machines and how sometimes they just seemed fucking unfair and difficult and just backwards logic. I can understand that was just some, the logic that comes from the genre that I never had. So, man. And I actually know for a fact that I enjoyed it because when I was at work, someone was talking to me about, some games that they can play that were dungeon crawler, and I, without hesitation, said Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dust. And that's sort of when I just realized, no matter what I said about that game and how I might have felt in the moment, in the salt, I would still recommend that game, and I would still tell anyone that's a fan of the genre to look at it and enjoy it for what it is. And at the end of October. I have not forgotten about the game. It hasn't been on the stream for a while because just life has been showing up at the end of the Saturday streams, but Disgaea 5 showed up on our doorstep because it was on Steam. I want an excuse to play it again and have fun with it. And I'm still debating on the merits of actually trying to beat Ball in Disgaea 5 because I know he's probably the most difficult maybe not the most difficult, but a very tough version on Disgaea 5. But Disgaea 5 is one of the ones that made the grind so much less tedious that I am probably down to do that. Not to mention, I'm still imagining what you guys might do if you gave me a challenge map and just want it to be absolute fucking disgusting toward it. November was somewhat uneventful, I know, because games were still going through. Like we were still playing Labyrinth of Refrain and what's it called? Some Disgaea game. Yeah, Disgaea 5 and fuck, I forgot actually. But the big highlight for me on November was the community day. I'd never actually done a community day, and I always thought it might be fun, so I tried it, and God, that was a great moment. It was a great day altogether. I put the highlight reel out, and I had 7 episodes there to like first split up together, and just no one watched all 7. Fuck that, no. You guys watched the highlight, and that was it. But even then, it was a great moment, and I'm really hoping to do another one soon, ish. December 1st, though, I know, or like December 1st, we got the true ending for Labyrinth of Refrain, and December 4th was the final episode's release for it. When we got the final, truest of true endings, and despite some of those bosses, like the Black Page bosses being complete and utter bullshit, it was fun. I loved the ending. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. And then at the end, or like a little bit after that, because Labyrinth of Refrain was done, we needed something else to put in its place. And I'm not sure how it's gonna end. How it's gonna end at the moment, but you fuckers made me do it. We started playing Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne as my first Shin Megami Tensei game, or at least mainstay SMT game. Like I know Persona 3 and 4 had Shin Megami Tensei on the cover, so I sort of associated them with that franchise, but I never actually played one. Closest I ever got to it was playing Devil Survivor on the DS, which from what I understand is a pretty alright SMT game, but not representative of what the franchise and all that really is at its core, so I took it not as a one, left it to my blind and first ever of like the free series things. And oh man, that game has made me more salty than a lot of other things, but it's still fun. And I know toward the end of December we finished Lab Without Tactics. That's what I was playing on November, and that, yeah, fuck. We finished Lab Without Tactics, and right after that, we went into another first in the channel, and first ever for me. My first ever Dragon Quest game. I don't know what to expect with it. Akira Toriyama's art is nice and cute, but every now and then I'm just like, that's a DBZ character. That's a DBZ character, and what are you doing here, Gohan? Just that. But it's been fun. So much fun. I'm looking forward to playing more of both of the games for the next year to see what ends and what we do next. This year's been a wild ride. But some things that I do want to acknowledge, no matter what, and say thanks to as well. The donations. The fucking donations. Here's the monetary part of this video, because it was crazy this year. They put into an idea. According to Streamlabs, and these numbers, mind you, I got a total of 35 donations for this year alone. 35. I would figure that I'd be like, oh, here's $5, $2, or whatever. I look back and I'm like, no. $35 netted me. I probably should be saying these numbers, but I don't really give a fuck right now. I'm actually that thankful. $2,000, like over $2,000, over $2,500 from so many of you fucking monsters and people that have way too much money, and thank you so much for choosing to throw it at me, of all things. Aside from that, for bits, I know I got over $600 worth in bits. I actually went back and looked at my Twitch thing. I'm like, oh, hey, look, that's a lot of bits. Oh, God, you guys threw it at me for just the fucking randomest of reasons. And also, according to Streamlabs, again, as well, we had a total of 109 subs across the entirety of it. I don't know what 109 means. 109 people? Or was it just 109 times people renewed it? I don't know. But either way, I'm thankful to every single one of you for this. To name some names in no order whatsoever. And what? Twitch? Oh, what the fuck's Twitch? Oh, all right. Yeah, for some reason when I looking at this to research it on Streamlabs, for some reason Frog Knight, it said your name was Twitch Alarm. I don't know why. Just hey, an alarm bell. Like what's that? It's Frog Knight. Frog Knight, Hatch and Slay, JKO, Ramir Shadows, Joey Toms, Super Pretty, Demon Radicate, Madison, Kisa, Pokemon Legend, Cheshire and Blue Thorin, Bones, Nigimitama, Mad Alice, Sloth. I'm probably forgetting one or two. Just thank every single one of you so much. You guys don't have to do anything. You guys showing up is all the support I need to keep going, and yet you thought to make it personal. You thought to make it monetary. You thought to give me something that I honestly did not need initially, but then grew to need as things went wrong every now and then, as life sort of always does. Thank you all so much. I don't think I'd ever repay you for it all. Like, legitimately, I don't have the money to repay it back, but also just, I honestly don't see my content as having that much of a worth. And to think someone else does, it makes me feel all giddy to no end. It makes me feel like I'm doing something and entertaining people and just actually doing what I wanted to do with the channel originally. Aside from dodging college homework, but still, it feels great. Thank you so much. And as an extra thing for this year-end video, I actually looked at what videos or what games I finished or started and like sort of like starred in the entirety of this year. Dot Hack GU, my last recode, World of Final Fantasy, XCOM Enemy Within, Demon Souls, The Skyfall Promise Revisited, Valda Story, Recketear, Monster Hunter World, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Okami HD, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, Nier Automata, Tales of Berseria, One Watcher, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, Lob Without Tactics, Shantae and the Half Genie Hero, Labyrinth of Refrain, Nocturne, and Dragon Quest XI. It has been such a fun ride. 20 games this year that were played, or at least shown on the channel, a lot of them beaten, and I cannot be more excited that I was able to go through that much that I probably would not have ever been able to play on my own if I did not go on this journey with you guys. Thank you so much. And now for like the predictions, or like the predictions that I did last year and how I did now. Last year, we said that we were gonna make this year end with 2,300 subs. I'm happy to say we actually topped it. When I wrote down this note yesterday, we were ending at 2,498 subs. That is a win. I did not think I was gonna get that much, honestly, and thank you so much for everyone who subscribed. I know not every single one of you is gonna watch every single video I put out, but just if any of those new faces were to look at this video and see this or listen here, you guys probably actually listen to these on the tab, but just if any of you guys do, thank you so much. Really, it means a lot that you guys would sub. Not that you guys would watch a video, just that you guys think that I'm worth like almost bookmarking and saying, he's good. I want to see what else he does later when he plays something that I want to see. And that's amazing. As for videos, last year I did over 1,000 videos, I think, and I said, you know what, let's lower it down to 900. And I want to say we just passed that at 908 videos. Oh man, we did not upload as much as we did last year, but last year also had more like occasions for uploading videos. So I'm okay with that. And last year I also did a thing that I normally do. I count up the length of every single video I released in the year and said, how much time have I really put up on YouTube? And last year I said, this year I need to put up at least 25 days worth of video length on YouTube for you guys to watch and enjoy across all these games. I'm happy to say I beat that. This year, counting it up, with a margin of error of maybe 12-ish hours? I don't know. I put up 31 days, 6 hours, 15 minutes, and 2 seconds of video on YouTube. That is a fuck ton of video, honestly. God damn, that was a lot. But I'm happy I put it up, and I'm happy any amount of you are enjoying it. And now for the predictions for next year. Honestly, I think we had a good jump this year in some stuff, so I don't think I'm going to really expect like as high of a jump. For my prediction, I'm going to say next year, let's end the year with 2,750 subs. Not going to break 3K anytime soon, I think. Just 2,750, I think that's a pretty good goal to have, and if I can do it, that's great. And as for videos, again, 100 seems like a pretty solid number because I was barely able to beat that this year. And as for like length of video wise for the entire year, I say 28 days. Let's not shoot for like insane number that I did this year, but let's bump the usual 25 up a bit. 3 days more of total length time. I think I could do that. You guys think so? I want to hope so. And with that, my year end is done. I've tried to record this video for an hour and a half already, and now I want to say it's done. I gotta try and get all this done for you guys and put up on YouTube before New Year's hits. I hope at least. If not, I am stupid for saying that in this thing, but I don't know. So, everyone, thank you so much for following me on this journey, no matter how long you were on this train ride with us. Whether you've been with us since so long ago when I released a Disgaea 2 video, or if you just showed up yesterday. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me a chance. And if you stuck around, I'll be worth that chance. So, thanks for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I hope we'll have a great and even better time next year. Stay awesome, everyone. And hopefully, you'll let me entertain you one more time, another time. Thank you.